Hi, I'm Apiyana and welcome to your Rise and Shine yoga practice. Today's practice will be focused on yoga for balance. So let's get right into it. Make sure you're standing up with enough space to move and groove, pressing the heels about hip width distance apart underneath the feet. We're going to begin with a warm-up breath for creating some air in the body, some oxygenation in the body, so that we can begin to become balanced first in our mental, emotional, and physical bodies by bringing in the presence with the breath. So I invite you first, we're going to soft knees here, just like a little micro bend in the knees here, and just swinging the arms back and forth from one side to another, nice and loose through the wrists. So inhaling in through the nose, exhaling out the mouth, beginning to coordinate the breath and the movement. Inhale in the nose, and exhale out the mouth. If you're feeling as you're beginning that you feel constricted in the breath and you really need to bring in the balance, you could inhale in through the mouth, sipping in the air through a straw and then exhaling out the mouth. So gently as you move from one side, if this movement is too fast for you, you can slow it down by bringing the chin parallel to the ground and keeping the head turned forward, just allowing first the motion to be in the arms, right? And you'll notice as you're moving the arms around, they kind of wrap around, which creates a movement in the backside of the kidneys where you can expel some of the stagnant energy, some of the stagnant air from the body. And especially this is a good massage for the kidneys that are always filtering and working to detox the blood in the body. So this is a really great opportunity to kind of wake up the kidney chi, the kidney life force. Okay? So inhaling in through the nose, exhaling out the mouth. And just noticing how that's starting to feel. Are the arms beginning to feel a little bit more fluid in the motion? Can you really let the fingertips be nice and loose and free? And just even imagine as if you had paint that was being, the hands were dipped in paint. And as the hands fly around from one side to another, you're just kind of spreading this paint, all splattering the paint on the walls in front and behind and in back of you. Beautiful. And begin to let that go and just come back to neutral here, closing the eyes, grounding into the feet, feeling the feet on the ground and building up the energy from the foundation of the body. So inhaling in through the nose, feeling the feet, feeling the calves, a gentle lift up on your kneecaps, engaging the quadriceps. Can you be loose through the tailbone as you're checking in through the body, feeling the breath in the lower pelvic girdle, breathing into the ribs, checking the sensation in the shoulders, elbows and fingertips, noticing if you feel any tingling, checking in through the neck, make sure you're not gripping in the jaw, gripping in the eyes nice and loose. And gently opening up the eyes and letting that go. Beautiful. So that's just a little check-in with the body. We'll continue that pose one more time, but this time we're going to, we can bring the feet a little bit closer together so that you're even more supported. So the feet are directly under the hip bones. And then you're going to inhale, and then as you exhale, looking over the left shoulder, you might lift up on the right foot, so that you're beginning to carry this energy looking behind you. And then swinging back to the center, lifting up the left heel, looking over the right shoulder, nice and slow. To begin with, inhale back to center, exhale, looking over the left shoulder, lifting up the right heel, inhale back to center, exhale, lifting up the left heel, looking over the right shoulders as you wrap the hands around. And then just begin to slowly increase the movement of the, so exhale, inhale, center, exhale, behind you, inhale, center. So you're lifting the opposite heel as you're looking over the opposite shoulder. So looking behind at the left side, right heel lifts up. Looking behind at the left side, over the left shoulder, the right heel lifts up. So inhale, and then just beginning to take that a little bit faster this time. Beginning to heat up the body with the movement, coordinating the breath in the body. And by lifting the heel here, as the arms swing around, you can see how far can you see behind your back. You might even be able to see almost like a 180 degree behind you. And let those wrists be nice and loose and free so that they're wrapping around the hands, around the body. Noticing if you're becoming dizzy, can you find a spot? Follow the eyes on the horizon as they move around the body. Beautiful. So 3 more breaths here. Exhale out the mouth. Exhale out the mouth. Exhale out the mouth. And coming back to neutral. Beautiful. Inhaling the arms up above the head. Gathering that energy into the body and exhaling back through the center. Inhaling the arms up above the head. Reaching through the fingertips. The gaze follows the fingertips as they move around, bending the knees in a micro bend. And one more time, inhale, reaching up. Gathering, exhale, bringing that energy through the center line of the body as you press both palms firmly together. Beautiful. Pressing both feet together, inhaling up, grabbing a hold of the right wrist. You're going to inhale, stretching the right wrist and feeling the connection all the way from the right hand, through the right elbow, down the right hip side of the hip bone, and pursing the hip bone out, then beginning to look down towards your left toes here. We'll be here for 3 breaths, so inhaling in through the nose, and then gathering that energy back in through the body. Now that we're warmed up, we'll exhale out the nose. Belly button back towards spine. Inhaling in the nose, continuing to elongate, pulling out of the right wrist, seeing if you can draw down, the ears come away from the shoulders. Exhaling as the right hip pushes out a little bit further, looking down, creating space as you look down, balancing just slightly with this micro bend as you exhale into equal distance into both heels, equal weight. And one more inhalation here. Exhale, really feeling that connection all the way from the right fingertip to the right heel. And on the exhale, gently allowing yourself to lift up and come back to neutral and center. Exhaling the hands, slowly wiping down the sides of the body. Inhaling the hands to center. Beautiful. We're going to inhale up, bringing the right toe up, coming into a tree pose gently. So you could, if you need to, you can hold on to a wall, hold on to a block, or hold on to, I meant to say, a chair, whatever it is that you have next to you that you could balance on. And then coming up, spreading your weight out into your left toes and coming off your right heel, gently lifting, tracing the right big toe up the calf, if that's comfortable for you. And you might open up the right heel and press into the calves, placing both hands in front of the heart. If you're feeling confident, nice and tall, lifting up as if there's a string pulling you up through the top of your head in this pose right now, you might begin to lift the right toe up a little bit further and place it on the inside, pressing the right heel into the left thigh. Beautiful. Staying with the breath here, noticing what happens as the pose becomes a little bit more challenging, lifting up on the kneecap, engaging, and knowing the trees do balance and yet are always gently swaying in the wind, noticing your tree as it begins to sway. You might even, if you want to take it a little further, inhale the arms up and out to the side. You might exhale the hands above the head. You might inhale the hands back to heart center. You might press equidistance into both hands. Beautiful. And then gently releasing, letting the right toe slide back down the leg. Exhale, bending the knees. And gently exhaling the hands up above the head. Hands back to heart. Shake and let that go. Beautiful. Fantastic. And coming back into balance, equal balance between both heels. Closing the eyes, bringing the hands in front of the heart. And just feeling first into the calf. Can you feel the difference as we've extended our focus and energy into balancing on the left side? Do you feel that difference of more blood, the firing up of the left calf that happened? And just seeing if you can gently lift up on your kneecaps and then shift your weight forward into your toes as if you're leaning, looking over the side of a cliff, still with the eyes closed here. We're just gonna play with some balancing as you lean forward into your toes, and then exhale, seeing how far can you extend your weight back into your heels. So it's as if you're leaning back, your toes might even come off the ground here. You can gently open up the eyes if you need to, if that feels better for your balance. But I invite you to play with this sensation from the inside out. And then exhale again, leaning forward into the toes. The heels might even feel as if they're lifting up off of the ground, extending the balance into the front side of the foot. And then on the exhale, extending the weight into the back side of the heel, pressing into the big toe mound. The toes might even lift up off of the ground, and then coming back to neutral. Beautiful. And then we'll extend over to the right side. Still, both feet equidistant pressed into the ground, and then extending your weight into your right side of the heel. Can you, as if you're a tree leaning the wind, lean to the right side, using the energy in the body to bring you back to the center. It's really subtle here. And then exhaling, leaning over to the left side. It's almost like you're in an old Charlie Chaplin silent movie or something, and you're just leaning with your best mind lean. So leaning to the right side, grounding into the right heel, all of the weight in the right foot, yet still grounded to the left heel, and then exhaling back to the center. And then gently, you might even just, it might just be a subtle centimeter or two you're leaning towards the left side this time, pressing into the left heel, equidistant, lean, 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 and then come back to the center. Why this is so important in the body is the body has this amazing balance. It's always happening in the ears, always happening in through the body, in the nervous system, where we have this thing called proprioception. So beginning to use our proprioception, or our ability to know where the body is in space. We're gonna lean forward, closing the eyes, and then see if you can circle around the circle, moving to the right side, exhaling back, just gently leaning back, and then exhaling to the left side. Circling forward, then circling to the right, leaning to the right, exhaling back, leaning back just slightly, exhaling to the left, leaning towards the left, and exhaling forward. This is really small, and then bringing the body back to neutral. So it doesn't even look like I'm doing anything basically, but you're still just gently moving your body around this axis of space, right? So you can open up your eyes and you'll see the body is kind of as if it was a bobblehead. I can't think of a better analogy. Just moving, grounded through the feet, but moving through space. Okay, great. Back to the center, and we'll do this one more time to the other side, experiencing proprioception in this way. Moving forward, moving to the right side, inhaling back, moving towards the left side, exhaling, and moving forward. Let's try it again, moving to the right side, inhaling this time, exhaling back, feeling the nice strength through the belly that pulls you and holds you up in space, stabilizing the core, Inhale to the left side, exhaling forward. Beautiful. And then just letting that go. Just give the body a shake up, okay? Nice and loose and free, shaking the body out. Okay, beautiful. Inhaling the arms up above the head. Gathering, exhale, pressing the hands together in the center of the body. Beautiful. And we will again reach the arms up above the head, this time grabbing a hold of the left wrist with the right hand, lifting up into space through the left side of the body. Inhale, extending a few centimeters, maybe even inches out of the body. And then on the exhale, beginning to ground into the left heel, micro bending slightly in the knee, and then looking down towards the right side of the body. Let the right big toes. Belly button comes back to spine in the exhale. Can you feel the extension coming all the way through the left side of the pinky, down underneath the arm, left side of the arm, into the left side of the hip, and that line extending, energetic line extending all the way into the left heel. Noticing what's happening with the breath. Becoming aware, are there any places that the breath becomes stuck? And then noticing the chain reaction, then does the mind become stuck? Or does the mind go wandering? Bringing that balance into the body through the focus of the breath. Inhaling up. Extending out of the left fingertips, coming back to the center, exhaling the arms down. Beautiful. Inhaling up. Reaching up through the fingertips. Beautiful. Exhaling the hands back to center. This time grounding into the right foot, spreading the big toes, pressing into the ball mound of the feet as you gently lift the left heel up off of the ground. Tracing the left foot with a micro bend in the knee here so that you're really protecting the knee, lifting up on the kneecap on the right side, and then gently tracing the right big toe up the calf. Lifting up as if you have a string extending up from the top of your head so you're not collapsing. This helps with the balance in the body. Inhaling in through the belly button. And then on the exhale, if you're feeling comfortable, you might open up the leg out, pressing the left heel into the calf. Level 1, you could stay with the big toe on the floor. Level 2, bringing the heel up into the calf. And if you really want to go for it, lifting the left heel up so that it's resting on the inside of the inner thigh. And here you really notice that one side of the body is different than the other. And then notice, are you tending to lean toward the right side? Then lifting, drawing yourself back up towards the center, inhaling, opening the arms out towards the side. If you'd like to go further with this practice, exhaling the hands above the head. Beautiful, inhaling, being gentle with yourself as you inhale the hands back to the center. Exhaling, noticing the breath, noticing the mind state as you're just experimenting and playing with this balance. And then on the exhale, letting the foot, the heel slowly slide back down the leg. Beautiful. Toes come down. Inhale, bending the knees. Exhaling the hands above the head. Inhale, gather that energy back to the heart. Beautiful. And exhale, letting that go, giving yourself a shake out. So shaking is really important when finding emotional and physical balance in the body. If you've ever seen an animal that gets scared, or if you've ever seen even when an animal is startled, or even when they wake up, the first thing that they do, right? Especially dogs, they wake up and they stretch, and then they shake. And so as humans, we've almost forgotten this ability of how beautiful the shake can be. So we're just going to do a quick little shaking exercise that's called Gaga. We're going to go from a 5 where you're just gently shaking really, really small through the fingertips, nice and loose through your joints, fingertips shaking, shaking out in the shoulders. You'll notice the breath. You might even want to sigh out, so the sigh will begin to bounce in the body. Inhaling in through the nose, nice and loose through the knees. Just letting breath shake out of the body. In through the nose again. See how long you can extend the breath out of the body. Nice and loose. See how loose my wrists are. And even see if you can release the neck here in the shake, on the neck shake. Shaking the head back and forth. Letting the shake move into the hips. Shaking back and forth on the hips. Shaking the knees out. Into the feet. Right foot. Shaking your left foot out. Shaking out your right arm. Shaking out your left arm. Nice. Keep the bounce in the knees. Nice and loose. And then shaking the body over, just leaning forward and giving it a shake if this feels comfortable for you. Beautiful. And then slowly coming back up to standing. Inhaling the energy up above the head, feet hip width distance apart to create some balance in the body. And just inhale, exhale that relaxation over your body. And then just standing here in a gentle horse stance. So the tailbone tucked under, weight in the heels, micro bend in the knees, tailbone tucked between the legs. Nice and loose the shoulders. Breathing up into your proud chest. And just taking 3 balancing breaths here. So inhaling in through the nose. Victorious snoring out the back of the squeezed throat as you exhale out the nose. Inhaling in through the nose. Seeing how much air can you bring into the body as if you're filling up a balloon, and then exhaling. And then one more at your own pace. So we're using this opportunity to find balance by inviting the breath in and then expanding our capacity through the breath, through equidistant weight, through finding the body in space, and then releasing any tension that may have built up in that exploration. Beautiful. Okay, let's move to the top of your mat. One more little series here, and then we are on with your day. Inhaling the arms up above the head. Exhale, extending swan dive forward. Inhale up to flat back here. Exhale, extending, water falling over your legs. Inhale, bringing the left leg back, the right knee bends. Left knee comes down to the ground. Inhaling, the hands up above the head. Beautiful. Exhaling, cascading the arms down forward. Knees pressed together, inner thighs pressing together. And then exhaling, lifting the right toes up off of the floor as you walk the right heel forward just slightly. Keeping that micro bend in the knees here. Inhaling as you bring the energy up the back of the leg. Seeing if you can square the hips off here. And on the exhale, your next exhale, you might even just reach up and extend to bring the upper body down towards the knee. Inhale, lifting up, extending through the fingertips here. And on the exhale, Bending the elbows. Beautiful. Shifting the weight forward, bending into the right kneecap, inhaling. Exhale, coming back, pressing into your plank. Your knees could be down or your knees could be up in level 2 if that's feeling good for you. Rotating the shoulders up and down and back so you're really pressing into the hands. And we're going to try that same proprioception of moving forward onto our toes, shifting the weight forward onto our toes, inhaling here. And then exhale, shifting the weight back into our heels. This is great to do from your knees too. Inhaling forward, bringing the weight forward in space, and exhale, shifting the weight back in the heels. Beautiful. Then you can come down if you need to onto the knees for a little break. Releasing and letting that go. Coming back to that nice 3 count inhale breath. Balancing the experience in the body. If you want more, you can stay up in your plank here. Extending the exhale for a balanced 3 count exhale. Beautiful. And then shifting your weight to the left side of the shoulder and then over to the right side of the shoulder. Pressing into the right heel of the hand. Again, pressing into the left shoulder, shifting to the left side of the body, exhaling over to the right shoulder. Inhale and exhale into the left side of the shoulder. Bringing the knees down. Woo, feeling that one. And then exhaling, bringing the knees apart and coming back into a child's pose here. Beautiful. Extending the knees nice and wide and open. Walking the shoulder blades forward. Coming into your 3 count balanced breath here. Balancing in the count of 3, 2, 1. And then making sure you have the same balance on the exhale. 2, 1. Beautiful. Pressing up into the hands, walking the hands back under the shoulders. You can stay on the knees. If you're staying on the knees, I invite you to lift your toes up off of the ground. And then if you're coming into your plank, shifting weight here forward, we're going to do this exploration of space and shifting weight forward. Inhale, exhaling to the right side, shifting your weight back into your heels, exhaling to the left side. Inhaling your weight forward, shoulders above the fingertips, exhaling to the right side, shifting the weight to the left, back into the heels, and then shifting the weight over into the left side. Inhaling back to the center. Bring your knees down, maybe give your little back a little bit of a shake out, and we're gonna come back and try that in the opposite direction. So coming back into plank, inhale, shifting shoulders above wrists, forward, exhaling to the left. Inhale, shoulders coming back towards the heel, and rotating. And then just taking your own time to just shift the weight around in circles, gently, little micro circles to the left and then around to the right. Beautiful. Letting the knees come back down to the ground. Toes together, knees apart. Inhale, extending into your beautiful strong back. Exhale, walking your strong, amazing brain down towards the ground. You might even create a pillow so that your head has a little surface to rest on. And coming back to your 3 count breath. Seeing how quickly can you release and let go. Bringing your focus back with the balanced breath. And one more time, 3 count inhale here. Holding the breath at the top for a second. You might even pull up on the pelvic floor here. And then exhale, releasing the breath, 3 count exhale, and then releasing the pelvic floor. Beautiful. Fantastic. Okay, coming back. Inhaling up. into plank. We're going to come back into downward dog here for a second. Inhaling. And exhale, extending into the heels. Lifting up onto the toes, nice and loose through the shoulders. Inhaling and exhale. One more breath. An even 3-count breath. 3 counts in. Balancing 3 counts out. Beautiful. And then lifting the left toe, heels up into the air behind you. You're going to walk the left foot forward. Beautiful. And we'll do what we did on the opposite side, bringing the right knee down. Top of the right foot presses into the ground. Squaring off, equal weight in the hips. Inhaling the hands up above the air. Make sure that you're not dumping into the lower back. Suck the belly in towards the belly button to support your core. Exhaling the hands down towards the floor. Fingertips come down towards the floor, or if you have blocks, they might be on blocks. And then exhale, shifting the weight back. Lifting the left heel, left toes up off of the ground, pressing into the left heel. Inhale. As you walk the fingertips maybe a little bit further back towards your shoulders, underneath the shoulders. And then exhale, bending the elbows, cascading over the front leg. You might stay here if that feels comfortable for you. Coming back to that even inhalation and exhalation, or you might play with this coordination of breath and movement, inhaling up, pressing into the fingertips, exhaling, bending the elbows, cascading forward. Full exhalation on the inhalation, pressing into the fingertips on the exhalation, cascading forward. Beautiful. And then shifting the weight forward, back into the hand, right hand. Hands come back up by the toe, by the left toes, and then pressing the right kneecap off the ground. Inhaling out of the exhalation, lifting the left foot back. Beautiful. Inhaling back to downward dog. Rotating the shoulders up and down and back. Beautiful. And then however you like, bring the knees down to the ground. Feet in front of you. We'll end with a balancing breath practice, 3 breaths of Nadi Shodhana. So balancing breath, placing the hands into an L shape. The right hand comes up, and placing the left middle finger and pointer finger in the center of the forehead. Exhaling out the left nostril with the right nostril block. Inhaling with the eyes closed into the center of the forehead through the left nostril. Nice, deep, even 3-count breath. Holding the breath, shutting both nostrils with the fingers, and then exhaling out the right nostril with the left nostril closed. Inhaling in the left nostril, closing both nostrils with both fingers, and then exhaling out the left nostril, closing the right nostril with the left thumb. Nice, 3-count exhalation. Beautiful. Inhaling in the left nostril, sipping the air into the center of the forehead, closing both nostrils, holding the breath for a 3-count breath. If it's comfortable, then exhaling out the right nostril with the left nostril compressed. If it's too much to think about all the finger positions, just inhaling in through the right nostril. Bringing the breath to the center of the forehead, closing both nostrils, and then exhaling out the left side. Take one more round of this on your own, inhaling in the left side to a 3-count breath. Hold for 3 at the center. Exhaling out the right nostril. Inhaling in the right nostril. Do a 3 count breath, holding in the center. And then exhaling out to a 3 count breath. Nice, slow, even. Closing the eyes, both palms facing up towards the sky, back of the hands resting on the knees. Inviting the breath into the center of the chest and exhaling, rotating the shoulders up and down in breath, back, breathing the breath out of the pursed lips. Just sitting for a moment. Checking in, releasing any tension that's built up in the body. So building the pose from the bottom, checking the hip bones, releasing any tension in the belly, chest, heart, shoulders, nice and loose through the neck. Relax the jaw, relax the eyes, relax the eyebrows, relaxing the brain. And just coming back to your natural and beautiful breath. Noticing any difference of how you feel from when you first began. Still with the eyes closed here, placing both hands pressing together in front of the heart in Anjali Mudra. Both palms pressed firmly one into another, or AKA prayer position. And just extending your chin down towards your chest. Your forehead down towards your hands as you lift the breath up into your proud and now balanced body. Giving thanks for this opportunity to be here with you and participate in your healing. Thank you so much. I'm Afia Yana. We have classes here for you Tuesdays, live streaming 8 a.m. this Rise and Shine practice. Fridays, a restorative rest and yoga nidra practice at Thursdays, at 5 p.m. And if you found any benefit from this practice, please share it with a friend who might benefit. Come back to it, like, subscribe, and bowing to yourself for showing up today. Inhaling into the center of your chest. Exhale, releasing anything that is not serving you in your life. Namaste and Ashe.